Hi, welcome back to my channel. I hope you'll join me today while I'll be painting this abstract vase of yellow flowers. Today I'm using my St. Petersburg Classics watercolors, my size 6 flat and round intuition brushes by Artegria. I have my watercolor palette by Meeden ready, and I have a clean cloth to dab any puddles or mistakes. I also have 2 jars of water, one for rinsing my dirty brushes and the other for actual painting. I'm also using my 350 GSM watercolor paper. This is the Dollar Tree paper that I just love. Let's get started. Okay, I'm starting with my size 6 flat brush and angling myself so that I can see where I'm placing my water. I'm just outlining the shape of my vase and kind of putting in some shadow, some place where I want shadow. And then I'm using my watery blue and just touching that, and just a little bit here and there on this vase. Okay, I like it. Rinsing out my brush and then coming in with just water. And then a bit more water, a little bit of pigment on this side. Woo, a lot more pigment on that side. Just kind of dot above the top edge of that vase. And then I'm using my brush where I'd wet this to just kind of spread this pigment. But I'm doing it real casually because I want some texture in that. Okay. I'm going to change to my size 6 round. And I want to go ahead and use my yellow deep. A really light value of this. Just kind of brushing in just the vaguest idea of these flowers, probably roses. And then how about one down there? I think we could stand one over here. And maybe a little bud. Okay, let's go in with some green. Using my olive green. And this is going to be a clear vase, so I'll come back and do some things in that, but for now I want some I just want some loose ideas of leaves and these flowers. Okay. I'm gonna rinse that out, and then I have all this bleed right here, and I just think we need some more. Just want to loosen this all up. So I'm not worried about anything that's bleeding together, other than I am trying to keep it a bit cleaner at the top edge of the vase. Okay, I like it. I want to take my watery blue, and I want a bit of a heavier amount of pigment. I want to put some of this in there. I think it's so pretty with the yellow, and it gives such a nice shadow. Maybe it's just a coolness in those shadows, and I just really like that. I don't want to overdo it in those upper parts, but I'm quite happy to have quite a bit down here. Maybe just a touch of it right there. So I just want to kind of let that bleed a little bit, and I want to go ahead and put a little detail in this in the bottom of this vase. I'm going to go ahead and have some, just the edge of it and the shadow. So my thinking there is having those kind of two edges. I have kind of an inner and outer. I want to go ahead and add some other greens inside this vase real quick, so that I can put some water in it, literally, and also for the look of it, because I want to take this bottom edge I'm not sure actually how much I want that bottom edge to bleed, so, or the bottom edge in the vase. But now just kind of squiggle this out so it's not just to one thing. And I'm going to go ahead and see what happens when we let this bleed, because I can always come back in with a little more water. But just touching this all, maybe about a third of the way down, and then toward this upper line right here. And then just kind of spreading, excuse me, kind of spreading some of this pigment upward. And I think it might look good to have just a bit of that watery blue at the top of this. So far, I like it. Maybe drag some of that down, push it down. Yeah, I like it. Nice and simple, some nice shadow and reflections in the glass. It's staying very loose. I love that. That's so hard for me to do. Okay, I want to really clean my brush. And I want to go ahead and add some, gosh, I don't know what I want to add. I kind of love it just like that. I kind of want to leave it so abstract just like that, because I never do that, and I feel like I'm not good at it, and I feel like this kind of works. Maybe maybe a little leaf or something up here, because I feel like that that rose really sticks out. So maybe just a little something, and then I can soften that. Let's make sure I soften all of those things. Just want to make sure I'm not dripping anything from the, and see, that was probably more water than I needed there. So I'm gonna blot my brush and then soak that in. Gosh, maybe that was a lot of water, y'all. Okay, like that. I did push a bit of that pigment out to get a better, an angle I liked better on that green. Maybe drop in some pigment where it's very wet. Clearly it was not right there. And that's okay. I feel like I can leave these. I could even find just maybe one other place to just kind of add something like that. That's yeah. I like it so much. Who knew? I'm an abstract artist. Okay, one last thing. I think I see this area over here. Because of the background, it's kind of lost a little detail, so it looks kind of like it's all faded, and then we have this leaf right here. And so I do feel like I should go in and just maybe adding a little bit of water, and then just dotting in some pigment, help to connect those things together. So that's my plan. And I'll take my yellow first. I like it. Rinse that off. And then take one of these greens. I like that. That works for me. It kind of makes me want to go ahead and add a bit of water here and do the same thing with that green. That's just my olive green. And not being overly concerned about any of it. It's you know, it's gonna do what it's gonna do. Just rinse out my brush and then kind of blot it a bit so I can go in and just direct a little bit of that. Yep, I'm liking it. I feel like I could add a couple more places for that green, like maybe right here. And maybe that's it. I like it. I kind of want to add a little more water and a little more of that milery blue, but I'm quite happy with this. Quite. So there you have it. I think I'm going to call that finished. Obviously it needs some drying. These green areas, who knows what they're going to do, but at least we did get this kind of connected back together. And there's a little detail there in the background. I don't know how visible it really is on camera, but it's there. And so I'm really happy with the abstract nature of this. It really was a joy to paint today. I hope it was a joy to watch, and I hope that if you paint this, whether you painted it today or you save it for later, I hope you'll let me know how it goes. And as always, happy painting!